Welcome to Agentic Engineering Masterclass. This is episode 2. So in this episode, we start with right-click, start Claude Code. We're going to look at unified memory across sessions and why this is important. So let's say we have an agent, and before we get into the agent, let's actually start a new session called Session Memory Preservation. Now we're starting in the working directory. This will be unique for your username. And then we're instantiating a memory file. Here we have the name of the project, .md. This is our README file for unified memory. And we're going to start with Claude Code. Let's click Create Project and let this spin up. Now, like with every session, what we're going to do is start with Install Project Memory. You click to install the README file. You can see that it's just instantiating with a timestamp, the name of the project, just like we did in episode 1. And when we click install, it's going to inject the prompt. And we're going to click enter. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to add some things to the memory file and then save to memory. So let's say we have a box with 10 numbers. Let's put in 3 numbers, 2, 4, and 8. Now, I'm going to use this as a conceptual example, but let's say you're building a big project out and you're working on various updates and checkpoints, and let's say you hit 3 major milestones or checkpoints. Let those be represented by 2, 4, and 8 here in the array. 7 slots remaining. Now what we're going to do is save to the project memory. So click Save Project Memory. We're going to default to our unified memory file. Please save the current project context, key decisions, conventions, and important details to the memory file at the path. The path can be seen here. Update it with everything relevant from this session. Click Save, Inject, and Enter. So this is going to be important because I'm going to show you why in a second. So you can see here that it saved the current exercise, the number box, and it saved the 3 numbers, 2, 4, and 8, in an array of 10 possible positions. Now, the reason this is important is because if we exit this session, now let's say you exited the entire Beam app and then you opened it on another computer or whatnot. Let's simulate that here. So we'll close tab 1 completely, right? Let's start a new Claude agent. Now here's Claude. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start 2 agents side by side. Right click, start agent, Claude Code. Now the difference between these 2 agents is that the one on the right, we're going to install the project memory. And if we preview, we can see now that there's updates to it. Created, updated at, the current exercise is a number box. We have the concept of a number box. We have the 3 numbers, what numbers were inserted, how many slots are remaining, the insertion order of the numbers, etc. We click install, inject the prompt, and press enter to get started. Now the agent on the left is unaware now of the project context. The agent on the right is aware. Now let's ask a simple question. Let's say that we're starting from the checkpoint 3 that we created with the previous project, and we're coming back into Beam to continue this project, and we wanted to add a new feature. Now let's ask a simple question. What comes after the most recent number added? What comes after the most recent number added? So the difference between these 2 agents, again, is that the one on the left is thinking further, further, and further. You can see here that it came up with a periodic table, something completely unrelated. Element 118, Oganesson, is the most recent, so 119 would be next, which is completely unrelated to our project. That is a complete hallucination. Beam 2 is another project I have on the hard disk. Version 3.0.3 is current, so 3.0.4 or 3.10 would be next. That is completely incorrect and another hallucination. Something else entirely. What context did you have in mind? See, you can see that when you don't use unified memory, you get completely unrelated answers, and you have to spend a lot of time reminding the agent where to find the memory or where to start from. Now on the right, we can see here that we loaded with the project memory, and it says the pattern is doubling each time times 2, 2, 4, 8, 16. The next number is 16. So really, I phrased the question kind of confusing, but you can see that the agent has immediately context awareness of what 3 numbers were added previously and what could come next. And from there, we can chat further through this. Again, this is just an important lesson for episode 2. This is the reason why we use the pattern of install project memory and save project memory across sessions. See you in episode 3.